I don't care if you come here with a baby to try to save your from going into custody.
I'm not trying to save him. I'm the only one that could have watched him right now.
What's going to happen if you go to jail?
For them to put
I'm putting him in jail. I don't know what you're going to do with this kid, man.
I haven't done anything wrong, sir. I promise.
But you have done something wrong. You know it. So that if you come in here and try to play this game again, I will put you on my knee like a little child, and I'm going to spank you like a little child, but I will do it with a ton of jail time. Do you understand?
Sir.
$25 million question is, how do you wrangle in a child who's out of control? To me, nothing else matters. I know that you're telling me one thing, but the evidence will show what it shows, and that's going to point to whose side is correct.
Welcome back to Courtroom Time. Today, we'll see 3 intense cases: a broken ankle monitor, a teen with a fake ID, and a mother-daughter conflict. Let's dive in.
Have the device inspected as well, and if they have any issues with that, they're instructed very thoroughly to let us know.
Yeah, I keep my charger really well, but I think it's something wrong with my thing, because the thing got off and it gets wet when I get in the shower.
You keep your charger on you, but you don't use the charger because it has gone dead over and over. And I don't care if you come here with a baby to try to save your ass from going into custody.
I'm not trying to save him. I'm the only one that could have watched him right now.
What's going to happen if you go to jail? These are things that you think about when you're in the free world and when you have bond conditions. Because when you break the bond conditions, what happens to you?
I did call them and tell them that I think it's a malfunction with my team. They said they could see my signals, and you
repeatedly have the device that goes out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to call this people. But you are, though. The device has gone dead. 3 days over there. Now 6 hours over here. What am I supposed to do?
I was unaware of it being dead. I put it on the
She's
charger.
telling me they reached out to you.
No, they do. Every time they call me, I put it on the charger. They do call me and I put it on the charger.
Why do they have to call you to even tell you to put it on the charger, Mr. McCollum?
Sometimes I'm at school. A lot of times a day I can't charge it at school. My charger is not close to my barber station. So
why can't you charge it at night when you're at home with the baby?
I do. Sometimes it acts as if it's charging, but it's not charging. So it's not that I'm not trying not to charge. I do try to charge it every day.
Judge, I would ask if the court would instruct him to go by 49 Sanders Sound today, just for them to check the device, and if there is something wrong, for them to put it in.
I'm putting him in jail. I don't know what you're going to do with this kid, man.
I haven't done anything wrong, sir. I promise.
But you have done something wrong. You've repeatedly done something wrong.
But my ankle monitor, I didn't know it was dead. I promise you, I go to school every day. This is what I do. I go to school.
How does the monitor let him know that it's dead?
So we send messages, and then I also see a few times we send siren alerts to the device as well.
Yeah,
and then I have
charge
multiple dates of text messages informing the client to charge the battery.
And they call me and I answer the phone and I charge it. I charge it every time they call me. I'm not making no excuse. This is what I do. I go to school every day.
The reality is, you tell me something, but the machine tells me something different, Mr. McCollum. That's the reality.
Ask if we could get, can we get it inspected and get it checked out, please? Because I know it's not.
That is what you're supposed to do at the first instance that there is a problem.
I did call them, and it's on record.
You calling has nothing. It doesn't do anything. You have to actually go down to the place and have it serviced if it's malfunctioning. But you don't.
No malfunctions with it, sir. I promise. I called them. They told me there was no malfunctions because it was going off at first. When I was at school one time, I said, "What's wrong with it?" I've never been on ankle monitor before, so I said, "What's wrong with it?" I called them. They said, "Do you have service to outlet?" I said, "No, but I can get." I went to a place next door to my school and I tried to charge, and they said they still not getting signal from me. They still weren't getting signal. So if we can get it changed or get it looked at least,
Judge, I would ask if he could get a new device, if we could reset this a week, and if
Here's what we're going to do. I'm now sending you for a drug and alcohol test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system.
Sir,
Do you understand?
sir,
You were to come back tomorrow. Don't come with a baby. Do you understand me?
sir,
Don't come back here with the baby.
sir.
Because if you're here and I put you in custody for one reason or the other, I will call CPS. Do you understand?
Sir.
But here, whoever you are, I don't care who you are, we will hold you accountable. And if you continue to piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, there will be issues. Do you understand? I will not entertain you telling me I got to do this, I got to do that, and I've malfunctioned this. They reach out to you ad nauseum to tell you that there are issues, and you coming here and telling me, well, I don't know about this, I don't know. It's disingenuous.
We get it. Ankle monitor looked
Just go to 49
at.
Sandersino.
Where is that?
49 Sandersino.
First thing is first, I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test. And then I will give you the benefit of the doubt right after. Have you go to this place to see if there actually is something wrong. You will be back here tomorrow. Understand? Okay, Hannah.
Judge, they
Thank you,
will, do you have someone else to watch the baby because they want to child?
I want to take a drug test today.
Yeah, I can
Tell you,
set the
man.
appointment, but they won't allow them to with the child.
I could wait outside until somebody come.
Do you have someone here with you today?
No, sir, but I'll just wait outside, the address until I can get somebody to come.
Do that.
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right, Judge. See you, Mr. McCollum. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh,
How you doing, Your Honor?
guys, do you mind helping me out, please? It's an open warrant. Mr. Brock, you were arrested and charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like you had court on
I missed because of school. I just forgot to
last Friday. Why did you miss court?
go to school and it just slipped my mind.
How old are you, sir?
17.
How'd you get here?
I drove.
You're charged with tampering. You're facing up to a year. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers initiated a traffic stop, observing the defendant's vehicle run a stop sign in Harris County, Texas. The officer asked for the defendant's driver's license, and the defendant provided it to the officer. When the officer went to verify the driver's license, the number came back to a Leslie Salazar. The defendant admitted to the officer that his driver's license was fake. The defendant then provided his legitimate driver's license to the officer.
Why? Don't say anything. Do you have any indication? I mean,
I'm not entirely sure, Judge. I don't know if it was like a mistake or to hand over the.
no, it's fake ID, I see. Did they take it? Do you know if they confiscated that license?
I believe they did. They have a photo of it. That the officers took.
Well, Mr. Brock, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
I'm assuming so, or in my mom's name.
Don't assume anything. Never assume anything in life, because if you get into a wreck and you kill a 5-year-old kid, they don't care whether you make assumptions or not. The only question is whether you do or not. And if you don't, then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond.
Yes, it was taken.
Wonderful. I am making it a condition of your bond that you're not to have any fake IDs, fake licenses, or anything of this nature. And if I find that you're using that, or you're trying to get booze, you're trying to get illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sir.
Life is really going to suck at 17, you going into jail. Let me tell you what kind of field day the people in custody will have with you. You have any clue what they will do to you in custody? Take a guess. Imagine your worst nightmare. It's worse. Get my drift? If I drug test you today, what are you going to test positive for? And beware that you're going to get tested. Anything else? I'm sending you for a test. You're to go test and you're to come right back. If you fail to go test, if you fail to come back, I will put you in jail and I will revoke your bond. Do you understand? I will appoint you a lawyer today. We will talk about that when you get back, but I want to know what, if anything, is in your system and we'll go from there. What are you doing now with your life? Are you in high school?
Sir.
Okay. Senior, junior?
Senior at Memorial.
Okay. What's going next? What's happening next?
College, UT or LSU.
You sure? Okay. Let's see. You got to understand, this is not a good start to your college career. This is, in fact, about one of the worst things that you can do, because all career services, all schools, they're going to look at this. And this can really impact you for the next 40 years of your life. So go take a test, come back, and then we'll talk further, okay?
That were you stating, Your Honor?
Oh. Have you played Monopoly before? Okay. In Monopoly, you get a get out of jail free card. This is the only one that you're going to get from me. If you ever miss court again, if you ever fail to come when you're supposed to, I will issue a warrant and I will keep the warrant and I will lock you up.
Sir.
Do you understand? No more get out of jail free cards.
Fake IDs or licenses for competition.
Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna,
All right,
Yeah.
Judge, the next.
oh, what? Did you think that you were coming to the beach today in shorts?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I completely wasn't using my head.
You know, when my kids tell me sorry,
It's my first time in court. I'm sorry.
it's a court. You know, in court, you're supposed to dress a certain way. This isn't the circus, man. You know, you continue to say sorry for things. At some point, your sorry will go in this ear and will go out that ear. Do you understand?
Sir.
Everything you're doing here, I'm going to mark it and we will know it. So that if you come in here and try to play this game again, I will put you on my knee like a little child and I'm going to spank you like a little child, but I will do it with a ton of jail time. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm making your bond conditions severe. I want you to understand, no more fake IDs, no alcohol,
Situation again, promise.
no illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you. I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you test positive for marijuana again, that tells me that you've continued to smoke. I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, and I don't care if you're kicking and screaming and praying to Allah that it wasn't this. I don't care. You will go into custody. You are on notice now. Forewarned is fair warned. Do you understand?
Sir.
All you have to do is stay in school, graduate, don't use.
I know.
Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay, we've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Jillian, and she will tell you when you have to come back to court. If you test positive, or I'm sorry, negative, at that point, we'll just give you a normal reset, but you are still under bond conditions not to use.
Sir.
Because they can call you in at any time to come test.
Sir.
Understand?
Sir.
Okay, all right, Jillian, thanks. That's it. Samantha Walker. Ms. Walker, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 4th, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a family disturbance call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, a 15-year-old, stated that the defendant, her mother, assaulted her after they got into a verbal argument. The complainant stated the defendant displayed verbally aggressive behavior towards her, grabbed a hold of the complainant's left wrist, and said, "If you come near me, I'll beat your ass," and began to engage in a physical altercation with the complainant. The complainant stated the defendant, using both open hands, placed the complainant in a headlock and the complainant felt pain. Both law enforcement and CPS records indicate a history of physical altercations and verbal altercations between the complainant and the defendant, and the officer observed video footage showing the defendant acting as the primary aggressor towards the complainant and observed a minor injury cut on the complainant's left arm.
So we have prior violence, any prior charges?
There's no prior
Any,
charges,
no
Your Honor.
prior injury to a child, felony charges?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so you need to take all this stuff.
Child means 14 years or younger.
So she probably.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case.
No, Your Honor, if.
Don't. Now's not the time, ma'am. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything you say, they're gonna use it against you. Guys, what do we do about contact? You know? Yeah, well, so Michael, I need your help.
Yes, Judge.
You know, this is a 15-year-old child. We have a history of violence allegedly between mom and daughter.
Yes, Judge.
Now we have an assault case against a 15-year-old. And according to what Alex says, there's a history of it. It's unacceptable.
Judge.
Do you have a lawyer, ma'am?
I'll be retaining a lawyer, but there's no history of violence between us.
You're calling for a walker?
Yes.
Which walker?
One Walker. It's in custody. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
So, what my plan was, and I already spoke to my people about this, is we were gonna check the offense report to see where the child was taken. Were they taken to CPS custody, to state custody? Was there some other guardian? Once we're aware of where the child is, we are gonna be asking for a no contact order to be granted based off of the allegations of the history.
What
of
about now?
violence.
Is there something that we can do now as far as finding out where the child is?
Well,
You
we're
know?
gonna call CPS today and see if they're in state custody. The offense report also might indicate where it is. If not, we can call the officer and they should know.
Yeah, I'd like to, because I think it's serious. I mean, if we have a history of violence, I don't want that to happen anymore.
There's no,
I know that you're telling me no, but I have other people that are telling me differently.
I've never.
Okay, well, ma'am, don't. Now's not the time. But my primary concern is the protection of every single person in Harris County, bar none. That's it. Especially if it's a child. And
I'm not a threat to my child, I promise
you
you.
are now charged with assault, ma'am, on that 15-year-old child.
I never assault.
Stop. Now's not the time. I'm just trying to tell you, if I find that there is a history of violence with the child, I'm going to order you not to have contact with this child.
I understand,
As it stands now,
but I promise there's no
I'm
history
entering
of
in called a
violence.
magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies EJ as a protected individual. You
I
cannot,
have to take her to appointments and stuff like that.
please listen. Okay, I know that you're trying to think of stuff to say,
No,
but
I'm
I
being
want you to
honest.
listen because this is very important stuff. And if you don't hear it correctly, you do something to violate this court order, they're going to file additional charges against you. I'm entering in an order for protection for that 15-year-old child. She's now a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Technical Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon. Typically, this also comes with a residential restriction that you're not to go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. You understand? Okay, I'm entering this order now. We will try to figure out about how we go from here, but my only concern is the protection of this child. To me, nothing else matters.
She's protected.
I know that you're telling me one thing, but the evidence will show what it shows, and that's going to point to whose side is correct. So for now, I'm just gonna have them reach out to see where the child is and how we go forward. So for now, I'm gonna have you sign a reset and then we'll just have you take a seat in the jury box, please. Okay?
So, Judge, I met with the defendant with defense in the room.
Oh, okay.
I'll let defense.
Your Honor, I showed him some video of the alleged assault, I believe. Of course, I haven't gone through the state's discovery, but this, in my opinion, is a child out of control. She's on juvenile probation in Tarrant County, according to her mother. The complaint says that she caused bodily injury by grabbing her. I mean, the complaining witness has a statue. She's threatening to get a knife. She's bigger and stronger than my client. My client's called the police numerous times.
This is why we appoint.
And so
There's always two sides, right?
I think this is almost enabling the child. When the police come, the police saw all this, but they're so sick of going out there. They're like, we're somebody's.
But I don't understand why they wouldn't, if you see this, Michael, did you see it?
I saw the video, Judge. Based off of what I saw and what defense told me, I'm unopposed to removing the residency restriction, to not granting a MOAP at all, and to just.
No MOAP.
I wouldn't.
Okay, I mean, if that's what you think, I'll go with what you think.
Based off what they're telling me, Judge, and I did corroborate some of the information as well. We're just going to subpoena the CPS records to take a look.
Come up, Ms. Walker, come up. So I guess, the $25 million question is, how do you wrangle in a child who's out of control?
I've been doing everything in my power to love her, do everything to help her get some type of mental help. I've had her admitted to several programs. I've even contacted CPS myself personally, had them come out to the house. She got up and walked out on us. I've tried therapy. I've tried medication.
Hell hath no fury as a scorned 15-year-old. I tell you what, I mean, I remember I was 15. Oh God. And I hope it doesn't, I mean, I know it's going to happen to me but what's she on probation for?
Trying to stab her older sister, my other daughter.
And that's in Tarrant County.
In Tarrant County.
And a juvenile case.
Another felony.
Okay, so I'm at your disposal. I guess whatever you want, ma'am. I'll take off I won't do the order for protection. Just be careful, I won't put I'm not going to put any conditions either, I guess,
I would just say no threatening or harassing, Judge, if the court's inclined to do that. This is some sort of.
I mean, how do you handle a 15-year-old?
How can you be a parent if, it's almost like you're disarmed and the child can do whatever she wants. And if you touch me, well, you're going to jail, Mom.
Correct.
F you.
No, I mean, imagine that. The child will have unfettered access to.
And the arresting officer told her, if you feel triggered, you can leave and take a walk. Well, that walk turned into her being gone for 7 days.
Oh, my Lord. You want to bring her here? She'll come here. I can try to talk to her.
Yeah.
Show her the jail. I don't know.
She's in the jail in Tarrant County already because she continues to violate.
Well, that's the juvenile detention. It's not the same thing.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how worse juvenile detention is versus regular.
And she had an ankle monitor, but it was cut off.
It's not like the jail.
Really?
Yeah, they're in plain clothes. They're not in handcuffs. They have plenty of hours.
Really?
It's completely different.
It might as well be a playground.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like Dr. Phil where he sends them to the.
No.
Okay.
It's a playground.
No.
I'm not going to put in, just be careful. It's evident she's bringing you down too. And I'm so sorry for it. You're welcome to come bring her here. We'll try to help you out.
Yes.
If she'll listen to me, I'll try to talk to her or whatever you need. We're at your disposal,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You ever need funds for anything, just let me know.
Okay.
That's why, I wanted to appoint you someone because there's always two sides, right? We get one side here, but a lot of times you don't get the other side. And a lot of times we take that for granted, and it's good to have another ear in just so that we always know we get a complete picture, and it's just so important. So I'm sorry you're going through that, and I hope it gets better. If you keep loving, I got to imagine she's going to get better, really. Because I tell you, I was the same way. Hell on wheels, and if it weren't for my folks, holy moly, I don't know where I would be, really. So, okay, man. Thanks. So we've given you a lawyer. Just stay in touch with James. He'll tell you when to come back, what you need to do. I'll waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time to come into court. Just stay in touch and then you guys work it out. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck to you.
So the protective order and the,
No conditions,
and
no.
no conditions. Okay.
Just,
Well, just hold on to it, but,
yeah, we'll shred it. Just shred it.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just collapse.